Welcome back to Tarot Talk Tuesdays. Today we are talking about the Emperor. If the Empress is the mother and nurturer of tarot, then the Emperor is her opposite. Like a father, the Emperor teaches us the rules of society, then demands obedience. The Emperor carries the significance of the social world being married to nature. He symbolizes the law in society, both good and bad, and the power that enforces them. The stability that the Emperor offers allows for spiritual development as well. Whether or not we see the old ways as monstrous or the new as civilized, the Emperor symbolizes the abstraction of society replacing the direct experience of nature. Being the middle card of the major arcana, the Emperor represents a cruel test, one which we take the laws and rules we've learned from society and build our own code of ethics. A reversed Emperor takes on a more benevolent and compassionate nature. In its negative aspect, the Emperor represents power of unjust laws in society, where stability takes precedence over morality. It shows how a corrupt ruler or leader becomes a disaster. It can also show that if we lose touch with our passion, then life becomes cold and barren. The people who become trapped at the Emperor's level are often people who have never accepted the ordinary humanity of their father. In a reading, it can show the power of society, its laws, especially its authority to enforce those laws. The appearance of this card can indicate an encounter with law or any type of authority figure. And for those of you who have father wounds, your fatherly figure in your life who created those wounds will come off as the Emperor, as the Emperor, the authoritarian, the dictator. And to heal those, you have to see the human in him. Mars and Aries come to life in the Emperor. Aries is the leader of the pack, and the Emperor typifies Aries' energy as the fearless, confident, courageous, and completely in control ruler. Mars and Aries create order out of chaos and transform his conquest into an empire of his own design. The Emperor is ready to protect and defend at all times, but also rules over with an iron fist. Aries rules the head, which can make for a very stubborn Emperor who rules from his head instead of his heart, which can make him rigid and dominating, making his word law. Aries is fire, and in both astrology and tarot, the element of fire symbolizes spiritual energy and passion. As a result, the Emperor can be hot-headed. These are the different variations of the Emperor card. Now, I do want to talk about 3 different specific Emperor cards. This one's first. The Emperor is flanked by tracings of bubble chambers, a device used to track and study the movement of charged particles that move through it. As the particles lose energy, they start to dive into helical patterns, coincidentally forming an aesthetically pleasing display that is often used to represent the field of scientific study, specifically physics. This overachieving field of physics encompasses both the study of minute particles and gargantuan planetary bodies alike, with its ultimate goal of being the understanding of the fundamental laws that govern universal behavior. So this card also ties into how the Emperor can have a higher consciousness and not be the authoritarian dictator that it's known to be. Now, this Emperor is from the White Newman deck. This Emperor shows that he can be supportive, he can show you discipline, and how to be reliable. In this deck, the Emperor represents tradition, the backbone of the state, the oak at the center of the forest. He rules with discipline, his sword is stuck in the soil, represents a pillar, the trunk of a tree, firm and unyielding. The Newman perched upon his arm acts as silent observer both of the Emperor's actions and of his realm, guardian of the guardian. The Emperor's self-sacrifice and determination is represented in the blood that is shed, blood that will evaporate into steam under the force of his fiery will. And the blood that will flow feeds the ground, all the new things growing from past deeds. Pragmatic, responsible, and stoic, the Emperor abides. Now, this Emperor from the Fountain Tarot is a symbol of fatherly authority. The Emperor stands powerfully in his earthly foundation, manipulating an area cube above him. With his head in the center, he uses his intelligence to create order and structure of his surroundings. Grand achievements are not built overnight. They require a mature coordination of foresight, planning, and bold fearlessness. The Emperor declares that now is the time for exerting control over the situation, defining limits, and showing confidence in one's abilities. So as you can see, all of these emperors have different meanings or different aspects of the traditional Rider-Waite deck. All right, see you guys next Tuesday.